YouTube, hi, how are you doing? I have the volume up on this. Just give me 1 minute. If I get a notice, it'll freak us out. That's good. Oh, today was something else. This morning, I just felt like if another conversation I have turned out the way that one was, I said this morning, um, I hope God just kills me right now. That's the way I feel about it. One more conversation that turns out in an adverse manner, somehow, some way. I just want to die. Come on, God. I can't stand no more of this stuff. And then Lionel Nation um, uh, this morning, was talking about he appreciates his YouTube channel because we're his favorite people to talk to, and we spoiled him. And I feel so much the same way. Man, ladies and gentlemen, I was looking for somebody real. I mean, you know what I mean by real. I'm not saying no tangible. I can touch you, and yes, you can speak. I'm talking about somebody that literally considers other people before they speak. Whoa. And that is a rarity, really rare. So when I see that in a person, you're precious to me. I'm flat, serious. There's nothing I wouldn't do for a person like that. So if you don't know God, that's what God is, that feeling. Yeah. When you really love everybody so much that you literally would do everything and anything for them. So no matter what it takes. So oh yeah, when I did my judo kick the other day, everybody who ever saw that, that's just me. Like even in real life, I'm like quirky like that. I think something I get excited and zoom, you know. They literally, I think they had me on tranquilizers when I was young. I couldn't prove it, but I remember the doctor telling her that they could give me some because they were calling me like hyperactive. I'm not hyperactive. I'm um, inquisitive, um, strong, full of energy, full of life. They just always tried to suck the life right out of me, is what they actually tried to do. It's like, you see bubbly little kids in this world wants to take them little bubbles and pop them, before they even get to shine in their own right. Like wipe your smile right off your face. That's their moda operandi. That's what they do. That's the way they operate. So, and then I seen somebody out there. I rebuke you, Robin. First off, we don't rebuke other human beings. You can rebuke Satan and you can rebuke demons, but to rebuke a human is evil unto itself. And that is in there too. See, that's why I don't need to open my Bible because I have it all in here. Because why? Because I behave like God's daughter. So, unless you get me swearing, and then that might be a naughty daughter. But you know what? I've been good enough. I get carried. It's not like, you know what? You actually can earn credit in God's eyes. Yes, once you are saved. If you screw up, it's not on you. It's on the person that's doing that to you. If you have God in your heart and you're literally that kind of a person, you're covered. So don't stress on anything else. It's like, yeah, Satan wants to keep your brain in that low vibe area. Don't allow it, you know. Just keep moving on, moving on. You have to. Robin made such an excellent point today that even if he was deceived and there were no God, at least he had comfort in his heart right up till the day of his death. And I thought, dang, that's a great point. Yeah, it really was. So I couldn't said it better myself. That's wonderful. That's the type of things I like to hear, like strong men, people that don't intentionally hurt people, but will defend themselves with their mouths. And that's just, oh, awesome, you know, to see actually men of God, men of faith, um, deal with people is really incredible and remarkable. Because then, yes, the more tender heart the woman can kick back and use some of her wisdom that God gives her through everybody's bloodline, especially if you've been a mom, you have more of those feelings of that genetic and the genes and different situations just embedded right into you. So you can connect with your heritages and your um, people in your even extended families. So you know, I was told I was full blooded German, and it wasn't until I was 34 years old that I found out that I was a whole bunch of other things. And then it was another, oh, maybe 4 or 5 years, I found out the other half of me. So I spent the like major part of my life being told I was something I wasn't. So that's good though. I'm glad it worked out the way it did. So, oh, I'm proud of my German heritage too. But you know, um, not all Germans are bad. Not all everybody, and yeah, we've all heard that. But you know, it is true. Very true. There's good and bad to everybody. Men, women, children, everybody. Of course, a child is absolutely blameless. Absolutely blameless. And for any country to try and take, literally, if you cannot work to feed yourself if need be, or take care of yourself, say if your house burnt down, if you don't have an adultness to you enough to be able to survive with no thing, you are not an adult. And I don't know any 12-year-old little girls or little boys out there, maybe mine back in the day, but they were raised under extraordinary circumstances, as far as survival goes, and um, building things, tools, whatnot. They were around a lot of things. But take the average little kid and go stick them out in the woods, and don't tell me that child's going to survive. So these people that want to lower the laws in different countries just to be pedophiles are truly sick. And I don't know how I got on that today, but I guess it's just one of my passions. And I know if things hadn't ever even happened to me, it'd still be a passion of mine. It's just like if I see a man hitting another man, um, it makes me sick. You know, it's a passion of mine to stop that. Um, Women being mean to each other, it's a passion of mine to um, show them that there's other ways to do stuff. You know, I mean, when I was a little girl, I used to snap because I was around a bunch of Miss Prissies that were basically lazy and pampered. And um, I took extra work upon myself just to free my own mind, if you know what I mean. If they tried to use me and said, go clean that up or do that real bossy or something, I would do extra and then come back and let them know about it. And it's the way I did things. And that's the way I was allowed to give them their karma right back. Because how can you take a child's luge, so to speak, if God's protecting her every step of the way? It's impossible. They just couldn't. Kept trying, kept trying. The only thing they could get out of me was typical things on this planet, but as far, like sorrow, um, pain, um, you know. And, uh, uh, oh, this is very big. I learned how to disrespect people. Respect's a mighty big word. It really is. If somebody doesn't have my or hold my respect, you'll never hold my heart as my friend. I could care less until you step up like so I see you climbing up. Hey, you got more than respect. I'm behind you, pushing you. You know? So that's the way I go like that. If I see somebody's not just trying, but they're actually doing it, yeah. Even if they were to fall, I'd be like, no, no, you're not going to fall. You're just going to get up and keep doing it. Do it the right way. So don't stay down there. What the heck you doing down there? you know? So, yeah. But I really did feel this morning if I have to listen to one more stupid conversation in my life, I'll flipping. I was told God, just come and get me, damn it. I can't stand this. I'm ready to die right now. Let's go. Let's do this. I have faith. I'm serious. I know I will exist. So I feel like I did before. I feel like I'm gonna again, and I do now. So I don't have a problem feeling whole. You see, when you can feel that inside your blood, that's what Christ shows you. Christ shows you, okay, you're young, you're a young spirit, and I want you to be my Christ family, but you have to understand you're young. You have to understand perhaps you weren't before, but you are now and you will be. Those are the two things to have faith for young spirits, to feel that spirit inside yourself from Christ. You can feel that age of His through your blood right in you. Just search, and moms, it'll be easier for you, and maybe even girls that had aspired for families, or, this is really a weird world. It is. I prayed for one child and I got him the day before Christmas. I brought him home Christmas Day. That's a miracle to me. I wasn't supposed to have children. Then I had two. So, and I called my second one my pleasant boo boo. So, and that goes kind of funny too because a few different reasons. My first dog, which was a border collie, her name was Bobo, like a clown. And then Boo Boo was a little bear friend of Yogi the Bear out in Jellystone Park cartoon. And so when I saw John, he was, oh my God, his hair was orange and he had big brown eyes with orange hair. I was fascinated. I never really cared for redheads because I had a lot of mean people that were redheads at me. And so I learned to love a redhead. That was good for me, good for my soul. And God knows what He's doing. He certainly does. And I do have faith. That's the way I do. Just weird little things like, okay, um, how does that work? Really? I told myself I wanted my firstborn to be just like his dad, look like his dad, but to have my heart and my soul and my mind. So, and pretty much that's exactly who he is. He's a spitting image of his dad. Super handsome. So, I was a very proud mom. And then the second one, I knew it couldn't be a girl in this vicious world because they had to be leaders. Um, I still believe they're going to step up to the plate. I have every faith, even though Satan has been attacking them. I do have every faith in you, sons. So if you're watching, so I had my step grandson on Facebook today. He goes, Do you ever know that people are talking behind your back, but you just don't give a fuck? And I put a smiley face on it. I thought about passing it around. I thought, no, that's got to be his today. He needs that. But yeah, yeah, I went in told him I loved him, and I know he's like that too, like really lonely. He'll put something up. He's one of them, like you put something up and nobody answers you on there or something. That happens to him constantly. He's 20, you know, and a super cutie pie. So yeah, he also took taekwondo. So when I like skipped up and stepped back one time, he's like, Grandma knows taekwondo, you know. Comes and hugs me. I go, well, yeah, it's ancient arts, you know. So yeah, how funny is that? That was cute. He was about, oh, I'm thinking 12 when he said that. So yeah, that's funny. So yeah, in some ways, some respects, it was pretty good day. Not bad. Um, really no different than any other day. It's just that I really get sick of the empty conversations out of people, you know what I mean? I can't hardly bear it, you know? So, it's unbearable. It really is. It really is. I don't know why somebody with not being in the right frame of mind could say something exactly that somebody else says, but it will sound different, you know? It's like it doesn't matter what you do, you just if you just can't say it the right way when you're evil. It doesn't come out right. So God always gives me the words. Always. That's why I can just go like that. And even when I'm dealing with Satan, I don't have to ask for help. It's a constant. It's like blah 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 blah. You want to talk? I'll give you some reality here. You know. So I battle that. Like I told Doug this morning, who else do you know except I was the first one that I ever knew that told Satan, you know what? You go fuck yourself. You did nothing but torture me, try and destroy my children, and I'm coming after you. And with the power of God, what he gives us inside of us, just one little old person is tough enough to destroy the beast. It's the old David and Goliath story. I thought, well, if David could do it in the scriptures and those and the scriptures that I read that were of um, actualities of fights, even prehistory, as far as what had happened in heaven, I just have in my mind's eye, and it's like if David can do it, I can do it, you know. So, and that's the way I am, and now I know I can. I don't get them, you know, like spooky faces and dirty shit in my head. They try, but it's like, get the hell out of here. Brush off, you know, flee, parasite. I don't need that. Anybody needs some wood ticks or fleas or bed bugs or cockroaches? Well, they're not really a parasite. They'll just, but they will eat flesh. So, yeah, um, it's almost as bad as a parasite. And they carry diseases. So either one would be bad, I guess. So I know people aren't talking about it much, but the infestations of different creatures in the insect world that were stated in the Bible, the locusts and that type of thing, with the different outbreaks of like the bed bugs, for instance. Well, the locusts, there's a spot in the brain on the side here. It's about like yay in the middle and down in there a couple inches. It's called, I think it's called like the Hepa locus. I'm serious. when the scorpions sting, that's the locust in there. So instead of having your third eye occupying the spot where Jesus can occupy, which is your whole thing is protected like a crown. So instead of having your crown, you're being stung by the locusts in there. Satan's getting in there. So, you know what I mean? If he's getting in your head, and they do, that's the way it is. That is the spiritual war. You have to recognize that they are stinging you. You know. So just like Christians, we can sting you. We can sting your brains, and that's the locust also, or the scorpion stinging. But that's the locust, and they're the infestations of insects and the fires and the floods and everything is right on cue. If Q is responsible, right on cue. Not any deaths because they're with God. That I really don't boo-hoo like that. As far as not having faith that I know they're with God, I have every faith of that. So that's why this morning, hey, come and get me, please. You know. So I'll still be me anywhere I go. You see, that's my point. I'm me. I like me. So that's why Satan hates me, because I like me. You know what I mean? That's why he hates you, because you like you. When God makes somebody beautiful, you're cute to me because of your soul and the way you represent yourself as a human being. There's nothing Satan can do to get at somebody like that. Once you have that, he can't take that from you. You know? So yeah. Oh yeah. Well anyway, it all started with me doing my judo kick at y'all. So if I do something crazy like that, that really is just me. It was not planned. I did plan up to stand up and say hi because usually, and I was kind of scrunched over. I'll put something nice on and I'll show you me coming up here. It just, this is a lot easier. But yeah, I will. I'm not shy like that. I was going to put on my little sister, Ebony, gave me a sarong, Indian dress, the cloth, and it's very beautiful. And I was going to put that on and take a video or a picture with me wearing that because she's never seen me in that. It's white with this color hibiscus on it. This is really beautiful. So they're all handmade from India, I do believe. So thank you again, Sissy. I do cherish it. I've only worn it, I only had it on twice, but it really is beautiful. Yeah, my sister, she wears hers all the time. She lives in Texas, so she wouldn't freeze if she has hers on. So, and she looks pretty much Indian. Yeah, either Native American Indian or Indian from India. She's dark. Well, darker. It's not super dark, but she's light cocoa. Yeah. Yeah, I really do have some beautiful sisters, and I do love them all. I like every situation I kind of go in. It's not that I think I'm arrogant or better or anything, but I've always been alone, and I just don't relate to people like other people do a lot of times. So even though I love being around people, I love being in big crowds, and yeah. And I'm not a hypocrite. I'll just tell them the way I say anything. Hey, to be a friend of mine, these are certain criteria that I expect. If I'm in a big crowd, I can go home. But if I have somebody in my personal life, these are the criteria I expect out of somebody, or I'm going to have a beef with you. Just the way it is. There's a certain clown out there. Hey, clown, rebuking Robin. I didn't even listen to it, but I can imagine because always is this look. How'd you like my imitation of yeah. So anyway, yeah, enough with the look. Shut her down. I'm serious. I got more reason than you to have the wrath of God come down on everybody's head for the multitudes of shit that's happened to me. Don't be arrogant. You have no idea. I'm not making a list of my sorrows. It's all documented. Actually, in gematria. So if you want to say it properly, it's gematria, like a tree. Meaning the book of souls, the book of life. And the soulless aren't in there and can be taken out of there. And to write in it, shouldn't have done that. Nope. Read your Bible. Nobody changes the Word of God, adds to it, or takes away, besides God. Time for you to open your big mouth and debate me straight up, isn't it? Is it? Is it time? Are you ready? I don't have a problem. I'll look at it as fun. My mouth is bad, you know that? It's guided by God, and I will use it with the grace of God right at you, directly at you. My next video will probably be about that. You want to come over on this channel and talk like a man? Want to back this crap down? You don't rebuke another human being. That's a curse on another human being. You don't cuss. You don't curse in the name of God. Oh, you're really something. I think I know who's going to be scrubbing God's toilet. You and Satan going to be taking turns. That's a crime. That is a crime. To get out in public and literally write somebody's name with a rebuke before it, that's really in publicly the nastiest thing I have ever seen. I had people kill a child of mine, and I'm not writing their name up there, rebuking them like they're Satan. What is Satan? Wow. Too good to pray, huh? Too good to lay off whatever you're on, altering yourself, to humble yourself for God and be strong for other people. You're too good for that? Huh. That's funny. I wasn't. I'm coming after you. You're a fucking little excuse me, people. Um, you're rude. Really, please. Everybody forgive me. This need to be said. This is um, somebody literally, I mean, these people putting out videos against everybody else and everybody else and everybody else. I wasn't going to do all this shit like that. And I usually don't name names, but I told you I'm going to start naming names. And when I pull out the books and I show you really what's up, just with my dictionary and my Bible, I can show you what's up with the words. You're going to be blown away. And that's the way it is, everybody. That is. I'm going to leave this for you. I love you very much. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Tomorrow I might sing a song or finish my creation story or come after somebody. Not quite sure. Maybe all the above. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the reality in my life and the intelligence and the beauty, you cuties. Appreciate it. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.